Well, welcome back, folks. It's day 3 in my girlfriend's garage. We're working on the Camaro, as you may have guessed, that's this winter's project. So if you don't want to follow along with that, well, you're out of luck. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Anyway, it's a balmy 60 degrees in the girlfriend's garage today. We are plugging away where we left off last night. We had gotten the brake lines all nicely disconnected, and we are about to start pulling the fuse box. Whoa. Got that exposed right here. There's this little ground as well. And then I believe there's a ground to the engine as well. I don't got my light, you can't see it right now. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that. In the meantime, let's take a little stroll outside and, yeah, so, I think I'm gonna put these tools and these tools to use first. Wowza. A little bit of a winter wonderland situation overnight. So yeah, I'm gonna shovel off the porch and the aprons and everything, and then we'll probably have to put this guy to use eventually, but that doesn't concern us right now. What concerns us is getting this lovely LS1 out of this smoking hot Camaro. So I'm gonna shovel, and then I'll come back and start on these fuse boxes here, and then I believe after that is the air conditioning. And after that, we'll just keep plugging away. So yeah, day 3, get after it. All right, garagers. We are on to step 33, which involves removing the sway bars. Sway bar, actually. It's just a single bar. So I've got the little bracket off the side here, and I'm getting ready to remove the sway bar from the body, the nuts on this side, and the bolts on that side. So I've already got the O2 sensor disconnected, the oil level sensor, let's see, from this side. God damn, stupid rocks. The wheel speed sensor connector on this side and the other side. This is the line to the AC condenser. I have a manual, so there is no transcooler lines. There's a ground on the block there, that little screw. Let's see if I can. That little bolt right in there. That holds a ground on for the engine block, and also the extension harness for the wheel speed sensor on this side. So I just went and removed that. There, you can kind of see it a little better. That little area right up in there. Yeah, there's that bolt. Right there. So you get that guy out with a 10 mil. I got it from this side right here. Just putting it in there. So I will feed the broom in here. Dirt been dropping out from my inner fenders. Get this beast lowered down. And I'll show you what I did on the top side. That was a lot of wiring disconnections. There's a whole bunch of plugs up here. All right. All these plugs or connectors get disconnected. The grommet comes out of the firewall down there. And that is this harness right here. Here's the grommet. And the body connectors that go inside the cab. Right here. And everything else is laid on top of the engine and under the throttle cable lines, because then the whole thing will just drop out. There's the PCM connector. There's one of them. The other one is right here. There's the red one. This hard line for the AC the pressure line gets disconnected and the switch comes out. There's the only lines down there are to the starter. So that should be fine. That's staying on the motor. And yeah, the PCM lived right here. Those are the two mounts for the bracket, and that just slides right out. So next up is the sway bar. So I'm gonna break those bolts loose, get that dropped off of the body. And after that, it looks like, remove the O2 sensors, kind of already did that. Then it's the exhaust and the Y pipe and the drive shaft and the torque arm. So I'm gonna do those, and then I will go about getting my dollies off the wall, and remove the transmission brace. Actually, yeah, I'll get the dollies, lower it down, see if they're tall enough. Might have to stack some wood on top of them. And then I will pull the transmission brace and then onto the K-member. And then I can start lifting stuff off. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but gonna be exciting. Yeah, so I'll scroll back up to here at the sway bar. And I'm gonna pause it there, get a little bite for lunch, and I'll come back and take those off. So yeah, keep wrenching, folks. A little slow going sometimes, but that's all right. I had to shovel a bunch of snow outside, and I gotta go shovel again here shortly. So I will join you when I've got the sway bar off, and I'll probably do the exhaust and the drive shaft as well. And then get the torque arm loosened up from the transmission, and then we'll start fiddling around with the transmission brace, and then eventually the K-member. So we're getting close. It's gonna be good. All right, keep wrenching. Hey, people. Just finished up the second round of shoveling here. Made a nice little apron that we can snow blow out later. The blower is obviously sitting inside the door here by the four-wheeler. Come back in the garage. Yeah, we'll get this guy going in a bit. I think where we left off, I've got the sway bar hanging down here. Still attached to the front suspension, but disattached. Disassembled, unattached, unbolted from the unibody. So that's ready to rock. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I've already got my O2s disconnected. So now it is exhaust and drive shaft time, which I have. I have all the connectors doused up with WD-40. There's the resonator in the middle, and then we got our Y pipe up there. Hey, question for anyone watching this. If you know, so I've got a new AFR gauge that I'm going to be using to also monitor my nitrous bottle pressure. I've got a bung in the exhaust here and a bung on this side. Yeah, there. But I'm thinking I should probably put the new sensor somewhere right there so it gets both of the banks in question, and then just run the cable up across the cross member, or in I'll put some fire tubing around it, or run it up with the torque arm or something, and then up through the shift boot is probably what I'm thinking. Oh, I still got to remove the clutch hydraulic line as well. Forgot about that. But yeah, then it's just exhaust and drive shaft. I got these dollies that I'm going to be using to rest the motor on. I'm going to put some cinder blocks on them, which the girlfriend is being nice enough to pick up for me on her way home from work. which fortunately she drives that Subaru. It sticks like a mountain goat with the snow out there. But then I will put the blocks on, I'll put some boards down on the dollies, put the blocks on them, and then put some wood. I've got some boards stashed back there in the corner. I'll chop those up if I need to and lay them across. So I've got kind of one right on the cross member. I'll have one at the back of the oil pan here on the bell housing, and then I'll have another one right in front of the transmission cross brace. That way I can hoist the body off the motor and the drivetrain up to this position and then just roll everything forward and out. And then I'll get my engine crane and stand, get the motor on the stand, and start doing that whole fun bit, and then refurbishing these parts as well. And then we got the rear end stuff. Once the exhaust's out, I can get at the fuel tank. So that's good. We got the suspension. Everything is still very much in front of us. Most likely with our visitors and the snow tonight, having to take care of that. I'm thinking I'm going to do the engine tomorrow. So now that I've set it on tape, I'm going to try to hold myself to it. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm going to pull the exhaust off of here and then do the drive shaft as well. Fortunately, I left it in neutral so I can rotate that. And then when that is all done, we'll see about mocking up everything with the cinder blocks on there with the wooden boards on top, and make sure everything's hunky-dory. This is the bottom of the K-member here, and that's, you know, as solid as it gets. So that'll be one rest here for a 2x4. The other one will probably be about right here, and then we'll put the other one right here, because then I can get at the cross member, the trans cross member bolts here and there. Leave it bolted to the trans, and then when I have it all down, I can pull it apart. So, plastic melted on there or something. All right, well, yeah, we're going all right. Things are going well. Before I do anything else, I'm going to get that hydraulic line out of there so I don't forget. And yeah, we'll start on the exhaust. Chat at you in a minute. Oh yeah, watching some David Freiberger while you're wrenching. What could be better? This is me tuning back in the girlfriend's garage. Status update. We have exhaust off. We have drive shaft off. We have everything sitting over here, including all the miscellaneous heat shields. I went ahead and took the cover off of the tank and off of where the exhaust goes over the axle, just because I'm going to be yanking that down and putting in a new Racetronics pump. All I have left to do is disconnect my torque arm from the transmission, and then we'll use these blocks on top of these dollies with some help from this wood in the corner. And we'll lower this whole chingadera down. Pretty much the only thing I have left is the torque arm, and then the trans cross member, and then the K-frame bolt, or the subframe bolt, or whatever you want to call them. So, my bricks are still full of snow. The girlfriend's car is dripping off. It's very snowy outside right now still. Everything hanging down from the front. So far, so good. No major problems. And it's officially dark out because, you know, it's after 5 o'clock and it's in Minnesota in the winter. I think I might wrap it up here for the day, folks, and then come back tomorrow and get this. I've just been going along according to the nice instructions on LS1 Tech so far. And once I get the engine out, then I'll be done with those instructions and we will start getting at this awesome pile of parts. Once I have the engine out and on the stand, I'm definitely going to go through a list here of what I've got and what I intend to do as far as what my ambitions are. So we'll definitely plan an episode on that. But in the meantime, stuff's going really well. Strut bolts are out on top. I managed to get the clutch cable or the clutch master to slave line out, and I stuck a little piece of paper towel in there to keep it from dripping. I just wrapped it around up over here. I actually have a Tickmaster cylinder, so that is what's on there with that line right now. You can see this little, it's got the fireproof coating on it and stuff. And with the monster clutch in here, I've got a speed bleeder and all that good stuff, so I'll put that on as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that torque arm disconnected according to the instructions here. I'm not gonna take it all the way out, I'm just gonna disconnect it from the trans. And then it looks like after that, the next step is to figure out what you're doing for engine and trans rest. So that I'm gonna accomplish tackling tomorrow morning. I'm gonna get that torque arm disconnected from the transmission, listen to a little Freiburger and Payway, and I'll probably head inside. So far so good. Oh, I do one thing. I don't, my first instance of this, hopefully the last, just cruising along real fast. I set these on the workbench. I don't remember where I took these bolts out from, but I know they're just body bolts or heat shield retaining bolts, not the really little ones, but it's something to do with the underbody holding on and the exhaust shields. So I'm just gonna wait until I need them next, and we'll do it that way. No one's perfect, right? Well, this concludes, I think, probably today. So hopefully you guys got some stuff done on your cars, as well as cleaning out any of the snow. I'm just trying to quit saying that. Regardless, we'll be back tomorrow with an engine coming out of the car, which I think I'm gonna try to time lapse that or just straight up shoot it, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, fun stuff coming up. Stay tuned to my girlfriend's garage. Come hang out.